Hi there, Michael Eskin here with another ABC Transcription Tools demo. Today I'm going to be showing you the offline version of the tool. That's the version that's at ABC Tools_PWA. This is the beta experimental version that runs offline. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clear the notes database. So I click Settings, Advanced Settings, Manage Databases, and I'm going to just say Reset Tool Settings and Databases, Clear All Databases, and click OK. And OK. It's going to wipe out all of the notes from the database. And now we can actually prove that by going into the settings again, back into the database for the notes, and you'll see there are no notes, no instruments loaded. So I'm going to get some notes in the database here. I'm going to go ahead and add the Bach two-part invention, which is a harpsichord tune. And if I just click play, I don't even have to play the tune. Just by clicking play, it's going to load all the notes up and put them in the database. And we can actually go now into the database, and you can see we have a bunch of harpsichord notes. We have 36 harpsichord notes. But I'm going to want to play a tune offline that might have notes that aren't in that two-part invention. And to do that, I'm going to want all the notes for the harpsichord available. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click Load All. And it's going to go off to the internet, and it's going to get all the notes for that harpsichord. So now there are 88 notes in the database for the harpsichord, so that's the full range of the harpsichord notes. And I'm going to go ahead and just exit all this, and I'm going to clear the work area, and now I'm going to go offline by going into airplane mode. So now the tool is offline, we're disconnected from the internet, and I'm going to go ahead and add that Bach Fantasia, which is a four-part organ tune, and it has a lot of notes that weren't in that two-part invention. For example, it has some very low notes in the bass part, and it goes quite high, things that the two-part invention didn't do. But if I change the instrument here from the organ to the harpsichord, which I know is 6, and I play the tune, you'll hear that it plays perfectly because all of the notes for the harpsichord, the entire range, are available offline. And again, that was possible because all of the notes for the harpsichord are available and in the database while we're offline. So I'm going to go ahead and go back online, come out of airplane mode, and I'm going to go ahead and clear the work area here. And again, let's take a look at the status of the database, and you'll see that we just have a harpsichord in there. So we've got all the notes for the harpsichord. So chances are, if you're doing traditional music, that you're probably only using a couple of instruments. Maybe you have the piano, the mandolin, maybe the whistle sound, and you're going to want to use them all the time, and you don't want to have to worry about which notes are available or not available, and you want to be able to use it online or offline. I'm going to show you how to make sure how you can load all of the notes for the instruments you commonly use. So for example, I'm going to go ahead and add just the sample tunes here, the Cooley's, Cash, and Alexander's, and we'll go ahead and add the two-part invention and the Bach Fantasia. So that's a harpsichord and organ. So we've got Cooley's and the Cash, Alexander's, these all use piano and bass sounds, and then we've got the two-part invention, which is the harpsichord, and the Fantasia, which is organ. So I'm going to go ahead and just click play, and I don't actually have to play these tunes. All I have to do is just load them into the player, and that will cause the notes to be loaded into the database. And now if we actually look in the database, you'll see that we have some piano sounds, the church organ sounds for the Bach Fantasia, the harpsichord sounds we had before, and the synth bass sounds, which are used just for the bass, for the backup for the traditional tunes. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to load up all of the notes for these instruments all at one time so that they'll always be available either when I'm offline or online. So there's this nifty new progress bar that shows you the download progress for each of the instruments. And it'll just walk through each of the instruments and it'll go get all the notes for those instruments and put them in the database. And you can see now we have 88 notes for each of the instruments. Matter of fact, let's take that to the next level. Let's say I had decided that I also want the mandolin. I'm going to change this to, I need to look up what the mandolin is. The mandolin is 141. So I'm going to change this program here to 141. And if I just click play, it's going to load all the mandolin samples in. And we can go to the database. And you can see we have 11 notes for the mandolin. Turns out there's only 11 notes in Cooley's. We're going to go ahead and load up the rest of the mandolin samples. And the mandolin looks like it has more notes in the instrument. Each of the instruments in the sound fonts may have a different number of notes. But now I have all the mandolin notes available for both online and offline use. So with all of these notes in the database, I can use any of these sounds, all the notes in all those instruments, whether I'm online or offline. So what I suggest is, work with your tunes, play your tunes, and then if you decide you want to work offline, come into this Manage Instrument Notes Database dialog and click Load All Notes for All Instruments. That'll get the notes in the database. You'll never have to worry about them again, whether you're online or offline. So I hope this was a useful demo. I went kind of fast, but I just kind of wanted to give you a sense for what this whole Manage Instruments Notes database is about. It's so that you can use all the notes for the instruments you commonly use, whether you're online or offline. You don't have to think about it, but you do have to actually go in here and download them if you want to use them. It won't do it automatically for you. So anyway, have fun.